SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
Does that tree have you worried? Want to get it cut down before the next storm? You need to call Max Tree Service and Land Management for your free estimate. Don't wait till it's too late. Call us today at 601-695-1717 or check us out on Facebook. Max Tree Service.
Pike County, here comes your morning show. Dave in the morning on 93.5 FM, SuperTalk Mississippi.
So now, understand, you're not going to dictate to me what I do and what I don't do, but I'm still the mayor, Mr. Clark.
None of this meeting is recorded. None by any parties. Correct?
No, sir, mine is recorded. I'm being accused.
Any conversation.
Said I want to make it on record. I want the allegations in writing, or the accused, or on recording of this harassment.
And now, here's your host, Dave Hughes.
Good morning to you. How you doing? Tuesday morning has arrived, and I think we're all happy about that. No, I don't know why. Just go with it. You've heard the expression, fake it till you make it. We're kind of stuck in a loop of fake it and hope you maybe sort of make it. It's what it feels like most days, isn't it? Hope you're having a wonderful week. Hope your weekend was special, and I hope you haven't sweated to death. Today and tomorrow are the big two, but I do want to put it in perspective. Sunny and hot, because we're hearing this is the worst heat wave in the history of the universe. The center of the sun is not nearly as hot as we are. We're not going to make it. I see that on every news program, all over the internet, how horrible it is. High today, 97. Now the heat index is going up to 109, but the high today, 97. The high tomorrow, 97. Again, with the heat index around 109. That's the official National Weather Service forecast. And this is the end of July. Those are not unusual temperatures. We're not even hitting 100 on the thermometer today or tomorrow. And the reason why that's important, today and tomorrow are the peak heat for this little spell. After this, not much. 70% chance of rain on Thursday with a high of 93. 60% chance Friday with a high of 92. Slight chance on Saturday with a high of 92. Sunday, a chance of rain with a high of 90. So, yeah, today and tomorrow is it. Now, let's keep it in perspective. Is it cool? Oh, no. Nowhere close. It's hotter than a $2 pistol. But it's not world-ending, earth-shattering heat. Is it hot? Yeah. Is it gloom and doom time? No. Now, don't tell them that on Facebook. This is keeping them occupied. And we want them occupied because otherwise they do stupid stuff on a regular basis, it seems like. So just go about your business and realize no matter how many people tell you that this is unusual. This is so much warmer than it should be. No, it's not. It's not. I remember, hold on, here we go. Back in my day, used to, we would get over 100 degrees on a regular basis. That was not unusual at all. But there's no money in saying things are normal, carry on. So we do it the way we do it. I was very impressed, by the way, with the shooter drill yesterday afternoon at North Pike. Did a good job with it, and more importantly, nobody freaked out. I think we got the word out appropriately in advance. There's something going on at the school. That's usually what we get. This time we didn't. So, good job. Everybody paid attention. They were plugged in. Yeah, exactly, Ronnie. Ronnie says, growing up in Kentwood, we walked to the Tangipahoa River to swim. It was so hot the asphalt would actually bubble. Mama would let us wear shoes because it would wouldn't let us wear shoes because it would ruin them. Our feet were tough. Yes. I told you. Way back in my career, it was basically 2 tin cans with a string between it. That's how long ago it was. But back in my career, we had a big heat wave, and I ran a microphone on a long cord out the front door and got out in front and fried an egg on the sidewalk. We're not quite to that level. And this is the peak. Oh, that's looking good, Mose. That's looking nice. He's out there on the mower, taking care of business, as he is wont to do. But that's looking good. I like that. That's one of those jobs well done that you're going to feel satisfied about later today. So yes, it's going to be hot. It's going to be really hot. Heat index 109 today and tomorrow. On the thermometer, 97. Is it going to be earth-shattering, record-breakingly hot and we're all going to die? No. And I have noticed that starting to die down a little bit, that attitude, that presentation style of, which seems to dominate everything. Not just social media, the real media, the normal media. Now some places, ABC News, a great example. It is not a big story every day that there's bad weather somewhere in America. That's been going on for a minute. My entire life. But again, there's no money in saying everything's fine. Everything's okay. It's just the hot part of the year. It's just the stormy part of the year. It's the way it works. No, there's no money in that. Got to build up the fear. Got to build up the angst, if you will. Because that's where the money is. They figured that out, and they're going to ride that pony all the way until it falls into the gravel pit. I, for one, am tired of it. And I'll be fine when we get completely past that point. Now, having said that, there are times when you see some things that are backed up by data. They're backed up by facts. That's the kind of thing we need to focus on. Yes, I'm talking about the Department of Education report. Yes, I've got all, what was it? 19, 20 pages. How many was it? Apparently 18 pages. Okay. Got all of them printed out, went through. We're going to go over them because the news spread yesterday about one particular fact, but I want to start at the other end of the scale for Southwest Mississippi, Pike County, and honestly, the state. We're going to take a look at those numbers when we come back on Super Talk, Mississippi, Pike County, 93.5.
Backwater swirling, there is something that'll never change. And when I should have been done a long time, it laughs and says I find ways. Just when we're sheltered under paper, the rockets come at us sideways.
Every now and then, we remind all of you loving, awesome, hardworking husbands that you have a premium it's time to renew. No, it's not life insurance, car insurance, or health insurance. It's way more important than those. I'm Kristen. Gentlemen, it's time to renew those long-term wife insurance policies. When you surprise her with a gift from Selmans, you remind her that no matter what lies ahead, you and she will get through it together. Your gift tells her this long-term wife insurance policy is for life. Renew your long-term wife insurance policy right here at Selmans. We're in it for the long term with you.
Don't escape in the morning, even when you miss it the first time. You can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. Super Talk 93.5 is always the place to be. Want to get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all around, it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have the crave. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Weekday mornings at 6 after 9 on 93.5 FM, or you can catch up anytime by going to
SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Dave in the morning at SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. Catch up and catch on.
Don't stand so close to me. Don't stand so close to me. Her friends are so jealous. You know how bad girls get. Sometimes it's not so easy.
Welcome back, Super Talk, Mississippi, Pike County, 93.5. Tuesday morning, Dave Hughes here, and let's take a look at these numbers from the Department of Education. You can get the report for yourself. It's the kindergarten readiness assessment results from last school year. Came out on, I think it was Friday or Thursday, one or the other, by the Department of Education. Just look for Mississippi Department of Education on the search menu, and then go over there and you'll see reports and data. Go down and you go to student assessments, and you can see the whole, you can play along at home. That'll be fun. Now, I saw, and the EJ had the article, and arguably the biggest story out of this was the set of numbers that we got from Macomb, the Macomb School District. I get that. You and I have talked many times. What's the old truism about journalism? If it bleeds, it leads. The worst news goes first. Understand that. We're going to get to the Macomb numbers in a second, but first, I want to, can we get some trumpets in here? Can we get a marching band? Because I want to start out talking about the North Pike School District numbers. Wow. As far as the percent of children scoring at a appropriate level, which is 56 or higher, by the way, on the assessment test. 80.92% in the spring test at the North Pike School District. Now, let me explain how they do this. They give an assessment in the fall when school is coming in, and they give an assessment when the school year's close to over. What that allows them to do is see how much progress was made during the year, which is not the whole thing. It's not even close, but boy, is that a great indicator of what kind of teaching work is being done. North Pike, the percent of children scoring 56 or higher in the fall was 24.24. They ended the year going from 24% to 80.9% passing. That's a 56.68% increase. They did some work last year. I mean, that's an impressive number, and it's one of the highest numbers you'll find in the entire state. I mean, there are some school districts, there are plenty of school districts where that percentage change number is negative. Think about that. North Tippah School District, just write down because it's an alphabetical order by school district, so I'm staring at that one. The North Tippah School District went from 37.86 to 29.41. That's a drop of 8.45% over the school year. They were less prepared by the end of the school year than they were when they walked in the door. That's not a hopeful sign for anybody. You want that to be a positive number, right? Because that shows you there's been improvement, there's been work done. And the fall assessment test, you're checking the baseline, what you're working with. If you think you're supposed to know everything when you walk in the door, what's the point of school? Those numbers, to me, they're not immaterial, but what you want to look at is not where you start when they walk in the door and go, what is this building? This is neat. Do you have colors? Do you have games? You want to see the change from then until the end of the year. And at North Pike, it's almost stunning how much of a change happened there, from 24.24% to 80.92%. That's a difference of 56.68%. South Pike, not quite in the same level, and we're going to start putting that North Pike number in perspective here because, again, 80.92% passed at the end of the year last year. South Pike School District started the year, the fall assessment, 38.37%. Ended the year at 49.45. That's 11.08 increase. Okay, we improved. We made some progress. Not nearly as much as North Pike, but I'm just going to be honest. North Pike is kind of an outlier here. This is that's an incredible result. And South Pike, what's interesting is if you dig down just a little bit, you drill down, there are 2 elementary schools in the South Pike School District, and they get added together to get those numbers I just gave you. Eva Gordon and Osika. Eva Gordon went from 33 to 50% passing. Osika Elementary went from 55.56 down to 47.37, a negative 8.19% improvement. You add those two together in average, and you wind up with an 11.08 improvement for the school district in total. Then the one that was the headline news, Macomb School District, 36.51 was the fall assessment score. 40.62, the spring assessment score, it went up 4.11%. Okay, number one, it went up. It did. I just showed you an example of one school in Pike County that went down from the fall assessment to the spring assessment. It's not a given that it's just, number go up. Nothing works that way. But that's still a little disappointing. I get that. Makes perfect sense. Keep in mind these are percentages, which means in the case of North Pike, less than 20% of the kids were not ready to move on to the next level. Roughly half of the kids in the South Pike School District not ready to move on to the next level when the spring assessment was given. Macomb School District, just short of 60% of the kids were not ready to move on to the next level. That is a problem. When 6 out of every 10 of the kids are not qualified to move on, and we're at kindergarten level here, okay? This is not, nobody's studying calculus. Nobody is learning how to rewire an alarm system. Kindergarten level, 60% don't know their obviously basic color, shapes, numbers, that kind of stuff. That is a problem, but I want to make sure we focus on the correct problem. Before we get into that, let's take a look at some of the other numbers. Wilkinson County School District had a negative 6.24 improvement, which the Wilkinson County School District has had problems for a while now. They went from 30.77 down to 24.53% of the kids ready to move on. The Emmett County School District went from 28 to 56. That's a 28.6 increase. Good job there. Brookhaven School District went from 35 to 57. 22% increase. Wesson Attendance Center, now the Copiah County School District in general, went from 37 to 57. That's respectable. That's decent. But inside the Copiah County School District, the Wesson Attendance Center, Wesson, went from 46 to 75. That's a result. Well done. Enterprise. The Enterprise School District went from 44 to 71. Franklin County, maybe not the same, not the same positive result. Franklin County School District went from 52 to 49. So kind of moving in the wrong direction there, unfortunately. You go through these. By the way, totally apropos of nothing, I just want to throw it in. The Instant Impact Global Prep Charter School went from 47.5 to 18.92. That's a drop of 28.5. Sounds like the results disintegrated on impact. Jefferson County School District went from 53 to 71. Good job. Lawrence County from 28 to 50. There you go. Lincoln County School District, which is separate, of course, as you know, from the Brookhaven School District. Lincoln County School District from 41 to 60. Lloyd Star, the star, so to speak, in the Lincoln County School District, they went from 42 to 72. That's a nice jump. So as you can see, it's kind of all over the board to a certain extent. Walthall County School, that's the other one I wanted to get to, went from 27 to 51. Salem went from 28 to 81. That's not bad. That's some good work there. Now, let's get into the part of the conversation that you and I have kind of talked about before, but nobody ever wants to have. We have to eliminate the idea that all students can perform at the same level. You've got at least one buddy that, you would not get in the airplane if they were piloting. They're just not up for it. You can't just teach anyone anything, no matter what. we never talk about that because, well, this is a horrible thing. Are you telling me people are different, Dave? Yes. Yes, I am. But we don't like to talk about that. And that's why when I see these reports, and to me it's obvious, all the ones who went up, which is most of the ones here in Southwest Mississippi, that improved from the fall assessment to the spring assessment, doing some good work there. Doing some good work. They're teaching. They are educating the kids. But at what point are we going to start being honest with ourselves? You've heard the expression, and you don't hear it quite so much anymore because the gerontocracy has kind of beaten this idea out of everyone's head. Anybody in America could grow up to be president. Yeah, in about 80 years. That's the way it is right now. You don't hear that much anymore. And there are people who might not be good, might not have the mental tools to be an electrician or to be a computer science major or deal with AI. Those people may have other strengths that the folks in that first group can't touch. Looks like magic to them. And by desperately trying to cram everyone into the same group and say, well, why are you doing so bad? You've had the same teaching as everyone else. I'm going to hurt your feelings now. It's because your kid's dumb. That's not an indictment. That's not a horrible thing. Some people are smarter than other people. Always been that way, always will be that way. And it's not fair to anyone to try to treat them all the same. Teachers know this. Get one off in a private room. Might have to make sure that there's an open bar, but get them in a private room and talk to them about it. They'll tell you. All kids are not created the same. All people are not created the same. It's interesting how if you say all people are not created the same, you get a little pushback. If you say all kids are not created the same, oh my goodness, how dare you? Ma'am, your son is 12. He's sitting in the yard in his underpants eating dirt. I'm pretty sure he's not headed to a career on the Supreme Court. That's a reasonable assumption. But the system as we have it designed, as things are laid out, the 12-year-old eating dirt in the front yard and the 10-year-old who's already reading at a college level and doing advanced math and everything, well, we got to treat them the same. Everyone gets the same opportunity. There is nothing else in life that we treat that way. Who gets entered in the Kentucky Derby? The fastest horses. Who gets to compete in the Olympics? The ones who have proven in the qualifying rounds that they're the best of the best. We need to start remembering this and applying it across the board. And to me, everybody has been focused on the percent of people, the percent of kids who were not ready for kindergarten level work at the end of the year. To me, the more important number is that third one, the percentage of increase or decrease from the start of the year to the end of the year. That speaks to the level of the staff and the teachers. It also speaks to the student body. And I'm sorry, you can get upset about this all you want. I'm looking at the hard numbers from the Mississippi Department of Education. I'm not making any of these numbers up. I got them printed out. I'm looking at them. And when you started the year at the Macomb School District, 36.51% were scoring at 56 or higher in the fall. That rose to 40.62 in the spring. That's an increase of 4.11. By comparison, North Pike's increase was 56.68. We need to quit expecting miracles out of teaching staff. North Pike doing a heck of a job, knocking it out of the park. But I know this is controversial. I know this is a horrible thing. What? Dave's going to say something controversial? I know. Never happened before. In all these years, I've never gone out on a limb. I realize that. So it's a new occasion. We can all enjoy it together. Why are we not using something like an IQ score? I know everybody, usually the ones who have 2 digits in theirs, are upset at the idea of using IQ. It's a meaningless number. Your kid's graduated to eating rocks now. He ran out of dirt. Go take care of that, and then we'll continue the discussion. Something. There's got to be some kind of measurement that most people can agree on that we use to start deciding how we teach the kids. We have 2 settings right now. Well, 3, technically. The vast majority of students get lumped in the get in there, get going, root hog or die. Then we have the special education students. And then we have the gifted students. In elementary, though, in some cases, at least 2 of those categories are just all lumped in the same room. That, to me, is not an effective way to educate them. What do you know, Dave? I don't care. Explain how I'm wrong. You've got a thoroughbred racehorse that could wind up at the Kentucky Derby, taking the crown, getting the wreath hung around its neck for being the best that year at what they do. But when you trained him the entire time, you trained him and made sure he didn't get too far ahead of the broken down swayback pony that's also in the paddock. You got to keep them together. Is that horse going to win? Kids are not horses. Yes, they're also not an amorphous mass where everything is homogeneous and the same. You know that. I know that. We're not supposed to talk about that. Chances are good you're feeling a little uncomfortable because of this conversation. Good. Discomfort is where progress happens. To me, my opinion, we have to stop focusing so much on the bottom tier and designing everything around them and forcing teachers to teach to that tier no matter what the other kids in the class, what their level is, where they're at. The Macomb School District. I mean, North Pike, 80.92% passed it. Not really the same problem there at all. The Macomb School District, 40.62 passed it in the spring assessment. A smaller increase of 4.11%, which does mean that 60% of the kids are already in trouble at the kindergarten level. At some point, we have to recognize that not every kid can perform at the same level. I know you're the same way. You can think back to your high school days, to your elementary school days. There was always one or two kids that just aced everything. They were at the top of the heap. Everybody knew who they were. No one was surprised. And then you had the ones at the bottom of the heap. Did that mean they were bad people? No. Did that mean they weren't useful? No. Did that mean that they weren't going to have a productive life? No. Did that mean they were a genius too? No. Thinking about you, Rachel. Back before it was done, in my high school class, she graduated with, I think, like a 4.8. Nobody had ever done that before. She got every bonus question right for the entirety of high school. Never made less than a perfect score. Doctor now. Yeah. But we have to start recognizing that, because it has fallen out of style to recognize aptitude and ability. Oh, we pay it lip service. But that's about it in a lot of cases. We've got work to do in the education system. Apparently, except at North Pike, they seem to have it figured out. I'm looking at the numbers. Going by the numbers, I don't see a lot that needs fixing there. Went from 24% to 80% over the course of one school year. That's pretty good. So, how much hate mail have you received in your life? I'm just curious. It's exhilarating as long as you don't enjoy sleeping. But sometimes things need to be said. We continue on this Tuesday morning on SuperTalk, Mississippi, Pike County. Right after this. Keep it here.
Every now and then, we remind all of you loving, awesome, hardworking husbands that you have a premium it's time to renew. No, it's not life insurance, car insurance, or health insurance. It's way more important than those. I'm Kristen. Gentlemen, it's time to renew those long-term wife insurance policies. When you surprise her with a gift from Selmans, you remind her that no matter what lies ahead, you and she will get through it together. Your gift tells her this long-term wife insurance policy is for life. Renew your long-term wife insurance policy right here at Selmans. We're in it for the long term with you.
Don't miss Dave in the morning. Even when you miss it the first time, you can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. SuperTalk 93.5 is always the place to be. Wanna get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have the crave. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Dave Dave Hughes here. Remember, every weekday morning at 9:06, it's Dave in the Morning, where we solve the problems of the world, or at least complain about them really loudly and sarcastically. And if you miss out, you can catch up with the podcast version of Dave in the Morning at SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Well, you can tell everyone I'm a down disgrace. Drag my name all over the place. I don't care anymore. You can tell everybody about the state I'm in. You won't catch me crying 'cause I just can't win. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore.
Apparently, I rolled out of bed this morning and chose violence. I don't know why, because we're going to continue now with another discussion that people don't really want to have. Why do we suddenly have a rash of people involved with churches all around the country having, can't even call it questionable behavior, horrible behavior. But I'm going to put my finger on what I think is part of the problem. Last discussion, by the way, Mo said they may not have been ready, but they were passed on to the next grade. Yep, that's called a failure cascade. Anytime you start the race with 1 foot in a bucket of wet cement, you're not going to win. And that's what you're dealing with there. The current one that has my attention now is Crossroads Church in Virginia, Pastor Kenny Baldwin. And he has admitted to this. These are not accusations. He has admitted to doing this. Pastor Baldwin gave a sermon at a church in Pennsylvania in November 2024. While he was there, he met a 15-year-old boy and exchanged phone numbers with him. And then, for about a year, started sending him sexually explicit images of himself. Let's fill in those blanks. The pastor started sending them to the 15-year-old boy. Let's make sure we got all the particulars here. Sent several more in recent weeks, so it didn't stop. Pennsylvania State Police questioned Baldwin about it. He admitted exposing himself to the victim on 3 separate occasions in 3 separate states, and admitted to sending nude images of himself to the boy. A horrible story. Does not reflect badly on the church. His home church, Crossroads Church, issued a statement. It's with a deep sorrow that we share that a serious matter involving our senior pastor has come to our attention. Goes on to say he's done. He's no longer there. Signed by the leadership. Then you come down to the comments on the Facebook post where the church posted this statement. One really, there's several that jumped out at me, but there's one, well, 2, actually. The one that I'm looking at right now. Why is this on social media? Surely this platform goes way beyond what's necessary for biblical discipline or correction. So what we need to do, another one. I wonder why people feel the need to share this on social media. The church shared it. This isn't people gossiping. This is the church issuing a statement about a very serious matter involving their senior pastor. Well, we shouldn't be sharing this kind of stuff. It makes the church look bad. Just a thought. Get people that don't make the church look bad, then you don't have to worry about it, right? But this mindset of we don't need to be talking about this, not to everybody. Facebook is no place for this. Really? So people shouldn't be told when a pedophile has admitted to, at best, sexually harassing a 15-year-old boy. People don't need to know that. I guess we need to do away with the sex offender registry because, well, nobody needs to know any of this. Or is it just when it's the church? If you are thinking we need to do a better job of keeping these kind of things in-house and under wraps because it's the church, you're worshiping the wrong thing. You're not worshiping God, you're worshiping the church. My opinion. We don't need to tell anybody about this. Why are you sharing this on social media? The social media is no place for this. Why? Why? Please give me an answer to that explains why somebody doing something like this while working at a church should be any different and handled any differently than someone working at a factory or a warehouse or any other job. People deserve to know who they're dealing with, because when you spread the word on things like this, makes it harder, maybe not a lot harder, but harder for them to do it again. My favorite comment is one I saw that said, this is just going to ruin a good man's life. We have a very different definition of good man, if that's your take. The church must be protected at all costs. It's not the way it's supposed to be. Not to me. Not sure what happened, but this, another comment. This pastor is still a child of God. I don't see anywhere in your letter where you encourage folks to pray for him. Okay. As long as he's taking personal accountability for his actions, nothing else needs to be said. We have gotten things twisted. We have gotten things completely twisted around in my mind. Wrong is wrong. I don't care what group, organization you're affiliated with. I don't care what building you go to work in. Right is right, wrong is wrong. It's that simple. And anyone who's saying, oh, no, we need to give him grace and forgiveness. Okay, let him babysit for you. If you wouldn't be comfortable with that, why would you not want others to know they shouldn't be comfortable with it either? This attitude, this mindset of anything bad, and this isn't the only story. I'm sure you've seen it. We've had probably 4, 5, 6 of them in the last week around the country. I'm just saying, make sure you're worshiping the correct things. Let me ask you a question. Don't want this to happen to anybody, but it's happened before. It's happened in Pike County before. If your church building was, I don't know, struck by lightning and caught on fire, Godzilla stepped on it, something, anything, to where it was no longer usable, is that the end of the church? Of course not. The church is defined by the congregation. The church is defined by the pastor and the staff. But you can't just sweep it under the rug when something bad happens. You apologize. You make sure they can't continue to do things with a 15-year-old boy. And then you move forward and try to improve, as we all do. But I do find it interesting that this is the reaction from a lot of people. Why are you talking about this? Why are you sharing this? Where did "we've got to do this to protect the children" go?
If you cry out for more,
I have been hearing that ad nauseum for years. Everything we do is in the name of protecting the children, unless it's calling out a pastor in Virginia who has admitted to messing around with a 15-year-old boy in another state. Admitted it. Came right out and said, "Yep, I did it." You're correct. That doesn't involve protecting the children? Got to get our heads straight about that. And we've got to do it quickly. Final break. We'll close it down after this on Super Talk, Mississippi, Pike County, 93.5.
Every now and then, we remind all of you loving, awesome, hardworking husbands that you have a premium it's time to renew. No, it's not life insurance, car insurance, or health insurance. It's way more important than those. I'm Kristen. Gentlemen, it's time to renew those long-term wife insurance policies. When you surprise her with a gift from Selmans, you remind her that no matter what lies ahead, you and she will get through it together. Your gift tells her this long-term wife insurance policy is for life. Renew your long-term wife insurance policy right here at Selmans. We're in it for the long term with you.
don't escape in the morning. Even when you miss it the first time, you can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. Super Talk 93.5 is always the place to be. Want to get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all around, it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have the crave. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Weekday mornings at 6 after 9 on 93.5 FM, or you can catch up anytime by going to
SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Dave in the Morning at SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. Catch up and catch on.
Closing time. Open
Once again, everyone is leading with the negative end of the scale. I get it. That's how things work. But congratulations to the North Pike School District. That report that's getting some negative attention from the Macomb School District. North Pike is gleaming and shiny. Good job. Well done. You got to recognize good work when it happens. Otherwise, it happens less frequently. So, pat them on the back if you know somebody that works at North Pike. Have a wonderful day. We'll do this again tomorrow morning at 9:06, my friend. I'll see you then.
A SuperTalk Mississippi media production.